So the other night, I ran into this young actress at an event, and she was Panamanian, but she was dark skinned. And we started talking about how in Hollywood and even in Spanish, actually in Spanish television, darker skinned Latinos really are not darker skinned Latinos. That you either have to be black or you have to be light enough to be considered a Latino. If you notice in Spanish TV, there are no dark skinned Latinos. I mean, it's very rare if you see one of us in Spanish TV. But in Hollywood in general, you have to fit into a certain categories, and Black Latinos are not one of those. So we started talking, and here's some of that conversation that we had. And I have an idea.
Yes.
All right.
Very good.
Okay. Now, this is something really important, really close to heart, because okay, when you see her, in what movie would you cast her? Like, what movie you get parts for?
Oh, well, I'm usually a teenager, and I'm usually like the nice, fun girl, nice girl.
And you're the African American.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where are you from?
Actually, I'm British. I've been British.
British?
Before.
Oh.
Yeah.
But where are you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
In real life.
In real life?
Oh, I'm from Brooklyn, New York City.
No, but where are you from?
My father's Panamanian. I wasn't born in Panama.
But look at that, all right? Panamanian. But, it doesn't even matter if she's from Panama, because here, she's just black.
This is true. No, I'm African American.
African American, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
In Hollywood.
In Hollywood, this is the worst part, because it perpetuates the stereotypes. They get you, and then they tell you this is who you are. They put you in a box who is not who you are. You have a whole culture behind you. Mm-hmm. The Panamanian culture, beautiful culture, like its own thing.
We created reggaeton.
Well, that's hey.
You
I'm
said
Puerto
it.
Rican, so you're right.
You listen to our music, and it's grown from then, but we started it.
I remember that.
We started it.
El General, all of that. Muévelo. So, how do you feel about the industry and the way they typecast people like us? She's saying that I'm not really dark. I'm like about your color. Like, how do you feel about the casting of the industry?
I am just like, at this point, I'm numb to it. When I first came here, I was definitely heartbroken because I was like, yo, I'm not even getting called for Latina roles. Like, not even like, and I had to realize, like, in Hollywood, I'm not, like, at all, and that's just how it was here. But in order for anything to change, like, we have to make the change. Like, you cannot wait for somebody to write something, to produce something, and we have to put out everything that's going on in our lives and put it out, like, on YouTube or whatever. I just saw something about, like, Afro Latinas, and it was so awesome. I was like, you never know what you need until somebody does. I was like, oh my God.
Was it like a video?
It was like, why can't I be black and Hispanic? And it was a bunch of like black and Hispanic people, guys too, talking about their culture and stuff. And she brought up Celia Cruz, like, I think the song Latino Tambao or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's for us, that's us. If you see the video, she's black.
Yeah.
In Cuba. So.
Celia Cruz, yeah. She was. That's what I'm saying. There's one thing about skin color. Okay, black, white. That's one thing. But when you talk about culture and you try to put Panamanians into whatever you want to label them as, when that's not what they are, they have their own culture. There's Cubans that are dark skinned. But you don't see us in Spanish TV. Have you seen any Spanish TV?
Yes, and they're white. Like, they're super...
Does anybody represent you? In Spanish TV, if you were to turn it on right now, does anybody look like you?
I feel like a little bit is changing, but they're usually super sexy models.
Yeah.
Like, on those little shows.
But that's once in a while. You're not in a position of power.
No,
anyway.
Of course not. No, it's bad. It's really bad, and that's why, like, I'm committed to doing it myself, because I'm like, they're not gonna change. Yeah. They're not. And like, I see like actresses that come to me and that are like, oh my God, I want to work with you because I want to be a part of the story that you're crafting. I met this amazing, gorgeous Latina. She's second generation or first generation Guatemalan. Like, she's like, I'm black, even though, like, I was like, she doesn't know she's really black. It's like, you're not black because you're from Queens.
Yeah.
Black because you're black. Like, you know? So I was like, they want to work and they don't just want to be a sex pot. And I'm so excited to bring stories to film and television. I think that's what we have to do, and that is our obligation, because we can't wait, you know, because it will never happen if we don't do something about it.
That's definitely true. But then also, is the stereotypes of, you know, would it give you that romantic lead? You know, because there's in Hollywood, there's this sense of the romantic lead is that Jennifer Aniston girl, you know, and how do we even go from where we're at right now to the point that we are being equally represented like we really are, you know, with our own stories? What are you planning to do about that?
Writing, producing, encouraging other people to write. Like I always tell women, period, if you're a woman in Hollywood, you need to be writing. You need to be producing something. Like, you have to just learn. Yeah, you may suck at it. You'll get better. Try and try again. That's what Aaliyah told us to do. So that's what I try to do. You know, like before I wrote my first film, I had never written a full-length screenplay, and I had to figure it out. You know,
what was your first film? What was that?
I can't talk about it right now.
You can't? Is it a good one? No?
Yeah, it's a good one. You're gonna see it in theaters like next year.
Nice. That's what's up. So if somebody has some money for you, will you take it?
Yes.
Because I was gonna see if you,
and that's the problem
like,
too, is financing. You know, we're talking in front of the camera, now behind the camera.
The problem is, I don't think the problem is financing. I think the problem is people not creating it and waiting for it to happen. Because once you start making it, money comes all of a sudden. Money comes out of nowhere. When we are our authentic self, that's when people, because they want our culture. Like what is black culture? Black culture is supposed to be ghetto and ratchet, and we dance and we're loud and we cook and we eat, like, or whatever. Like they want that. They want the gold chains and the grills, and so.
And that's the thing, is when they don't understand that. For example, even within us in the Latino world, that we can cross over from culture to culture. Like we can go into some hip hop stuff, and then we can go into some Spanish stuff.
But that is the same culture when you think about it. I forgot the guy. I forgot his name, escapes me right now, but he was talking about how salsa is the most black music because it's derived from Africa, whereas everything else was kind of changed, you know, because even salsa is more black than gospel, because gospel, like, we weren't always Christian.
And the drums, they took the drums out. Breakdancing comes from salsa music, you know, so that's how intertwined these cultures are. Well, thank you so much for the interview. We're going to do a lot of stuff because I think we need to see you, because I think there's so many girls out there that will see you and get inspired. They're like, I want to be her.
That's why I keep my hair natural, because I have sisters and I want them to know that they are beautiful and they don't need to straighten their hair, because I am tired of Hispanic women with curly hair straightening it, because it just tells people that, like, it's just like, oh, that's not professional, you know, like, because you never see, like, think about it. Like, when is it the last time you saw Zoe Saldana with her natural curly hair?
Yeah, that's true.
Probably years ago. That's why it's so funny, like, being black in America, because, like, apparently no one, you definitely don't speak Spanish, but if you go to, like, a Spanish-speaking country, they'll assume, of course, why wouldn't you speak Spanish? You know, like, so that's like the funny thing.
Cool. So how do we find you? Do you have a website or?
Yes, Nydia Simone everywhere. Snapchat Nydia Simone, Instagram Nydia Simone, spelled Nydia Simone. So I'm everywhere.
I'm gonna put it over there.
NydiaSimone.com. Check out my website.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere. There you go.